TomoNews presents real-life ghost stories.
Ghost photobombs girl's selfie. A teenage girl from Georgia got a tingle down her spine when she checked her photos from a recent fishing trip. According to a post by her mom on Facebook, 13-year-old Haley Ogletree was taking a selfie last week when she was photobombed by a ghost. That's him, right there. Haley and her brother Colton had gone fishing with their grandparents to celebrate the boy's birthday. According to their mom, Colton caught the biggest fish like ever, so maybe the ghost was happy for him. Seems like the photobomb phantom appeared when Colton was packing the fishing tackle box back in the truck. Haley's mom said her son didn't notice anyone standing there and there was no other people around that day, so there couldn't possibly be any other explanation for how the man appeared in the photo. Could there? The photo has been shared thousands of times online and picked up by media around the world, but it's garnered divided opinions. Looks like many of you out there straight up believe in the existence of ethereal beings, while others take a more cynical view and are sure some post-production jiggery-pokery went on with young Haley's photo. So, do you believe in ghosts? Or do you think the photo is fake? Let us know with an appearance of your own in the comment section below.
Lotoya Almond says her home in Gary, Indiana is haunted with over 200 ghosts. Now, I know what you're thinking, but she has plenty of independent eyewitnesses, including an ordained priest, a practicing doctor, workers from the Department of Child Services, and mountains of paperwork by government agencies and signed affidavits to certify that she, nor any others in her family, aren't making this up. Scared yet? In November of 2011, Lotoya and her family moved into their new home and the strangeness started immediately. Swarming flies, strange noises, and even ghost punches and levitating children were observed. The hauntings were concentrated in the basement area. That's when Lotoya organized an exorcism. Yeah, something like this, I'd imagine. But actually, according to the official statements given by the aforementioned people present, it was more like this. And this isn't where the story ends either. When both DCS and police visited the homes themselves, they also experienced some paranormal activity. As you can imagine, most people think Lotoya is just talking nonsense. Her children were forced into foster care and are officially listed as delusional. One psychologist recommends Lotoya be assessed to determine whether or not, and I'm quoting now, her religious beliefs are masking her own shortcomings. Still, police and DCS officials continue to investigate the house.
They're here.
Quiet Japanese village, home to more dolls than actual villagers. There's something weird happening in the sleepy Japanese mountain hamlet of Nagoro. Deaths, a declining national birth rate, and depopulation have seen countryside communities like this one wither. For years, the young have been abandoning villages like Nagoro, heading to the cities in search of better job opportunities, acutely aware of whatever dreams they have will surely fade and die were they to remain. But dreams often give way to the cruel realities of life. Some of the young people may turn to a life of prostitution, servicing drunken salarymen doing their best to avoid neurotic wives and emotionally distant children. Today, Nagoro is home to a lonely number of just 35 survivors, those who lack either the means or wish to live. Their only company, a growing legion of canvas mannequins who outnumber the living 3 to 1. These dolls are the work of Tsukimi Aono, a 65-year-old woman who has returned to Nagoro to care for her elderly father, having moved to Osaka decades ago. Tsukimi is one of the town's youngest residents. They bring back memories, she says, of the scarecrows which leer at visitors from unchanging vantage points. Their dead eyes seeing your every move, their strange, unnatural poses making you feel ill at ease. That old lady used to come and chat and drink tea. That old man used to love to drink sake and tell stories. It reminds me of the old times, when they were still alive and well. There is little sign Nagoro's population will ever be replenished. It is a museum, honoring a better time when towns like it buzzed with activity.
Photo shows soul leaving crash victim's body. This photo of a fatal accident has gone viral on social media. Saul Vasquez of Mount Sterling, Kentucky, posted the photo on Facebook writing, "Zoom in and pay attention to the shadow just off the top of the state trooper hat. All I can say is I hope everyone involved is okay." The photo was taken on July 12th in Kentucky, off a service highway. A motorcyclist was in a single vehicle crash on the highway. When police and emergency vehicles arrived on scene, Vasquez was driving by in another vehicle. Vasquez, who has since been said to be blessed with a sixth sense-like vision, snapped the photo, catching sight of what looks like the motorcyclist's soul leaving his body. Did you see the soul? Officials said the motorcyclist was taken to a local hospital, where he later died. But the photo has made believers out of many Facebook users. One commented, "God is real." Another said, "Simply amazing." And when a doubter suggested the soul was really just a part of the tree branches and leaves, believers chastised him. One user said, "You can clearly see a human silhouette." Another said, "The camera can catch what your eyes cannot." But if the motorcyclist didn't die until he was in the hospital, perhaps it wasn't his soul that was caught on camera?
Father who died 2 years ago has one last I love you for his son. Joseph Torres died in March 2013 from a rare brain disease called Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. 90% of those diagnosed with the disease die within a year. Back in 2007, Joseph went on a road trip, but he remembered to write his son, then only 4 years old, everywhere he went. Most of the postcards made it home in a timely fashion, some didn't. Now, 6 years later, and almost on the 2-year anniversary of his death, a postcard dated from June 10, 2007 arrived for his son, Rowan. Needless to say, Rowan and his mother were shocked. The postcard read,
I love you, and I miss you so much. See you soon. Love, Daddy.
Rowan's mother said that it felt as though it was a final goodbye her husband didn't get to say.
Elderly woman gets lost in the wilderness and says an old couple kept her company. You drink water only. I drank from a brook. 2 old women out there talked and comforted me. God's blessed me. This 80-year-old woman surnamed Wu went to a leisure park in Hualien with her family on June 28th. Security camera footage shows Wu after she finished using the bathroom. She then walks away with a zoned-out look, seemingly in search of something. Wu later told medical professionals that after being lost for a while, she encountered a girl in a red dress holding a red umbrella. The girl guided her towards the brook, where Wu stayed for 4 days. Wu rested when she was tired and drank from the brook when thirsty. She also chatted with an old couple who seemed to come from nowhere during the evenings. After searching for 90 hours, police finally found the missing woman. The lane's cut out there. You either have to wade into the water or hike through the ridgeline. It's not a regular path that people would normally take. This is beyond even a young person's physical capability. The old couple told her jokes and encouraged her to stay strong. Who exactly is the red girl Wu referred to? The spirit of the mountains. Could the old couple be the god and goddess of land? No, they are spirits that have come to her rescue, answering to her family's prayers. It's possible that they were the result of her optical and auditory hallucinations. Well, no matter what really happened to Mrs. Wu, we are glad she returned home safe and sound.
Signals intelligence experts believe a so-called ghost radio station operating out of Russia is broadcasting secret messages to spies. The station, nicknamed the Buzzer, has been emitting a short, monotonous buzz tone since the Cold War, with reports saying it started as early as 1973 to as late as 1982. No one has ever admitted to running the station, which has spawned a number of conspiracy theories, including that it's staffed by ghosts. The station broadcasts 24 hours a day on a frequency of 4,625 kilohertz. It emits 25 buzz tones per minute, which is sometimes interrupted by Russian voices that appear to be talking in code.
УЗБ-76, УЗБ-76, 93, 882, на имена, 74, 14, 35, 74.
Up till 2010, the station officially identified itself as UVB76, but then switched to MDZHB, which stands for
Mikhail, Dmitry, Zhenya, Boris. Mikhail, Dmitry, Zhenya, Boris.
Like all international radio stations, the buzzer broadcasts shortwave signals that can travel for thousands of miles and be received all over the world. Some have speculated that the station is programmed to retaliate if Russia is ever hit by a nuclear attack. But experts have ruled that theory out for technical reasons. Instead, they say the station is probably a tool to communicate in times of crisis, like say a war, with Russian spies overseas and military personnel stationed in remote areas. So let's just hope the buzzer keeps on buzzing, and the only voices we hear on its continuous low frequency are just testing the signal.
Is a dead Marine haunting this 4-year-old child? Parents spend a lot of time worrying about their children, and there are a lot of things you have to worry about when it comes to children. But one mother in Virginia Beach has a special worry about her 4-year-old son Andrew. She's worried that he's possessed. They even know, or at least suspect, who the ghost might be. Andrew's mother, Michelle Lucas, said her son sometimes would cry and say that he had died in a fire. Then Andrew gave her an address and said he used to live there. So Michelle Lucas has reached out to the TV show Ghost Inside My Child, and it was with their help that she figured out that Andrew was reliving the death of a U.S. Marine who had died in 1983 in a fiery explosion in Lebanon. Andrew's mother even took him to visit the gravesite of the fallen Marine, hoping it would give her son some closure.